morning, David. I'll be honest. I think that we need to reopen school. Period. And I think that, again, we have seen some encouraging data in the past few days, but I wouldn't trust that much because we had the whole, holiday period. The whole holiday time when people were not always tested, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know if we can really rely on the numbers of daily contaminations we have. We do see a stabilization for a month and a half of the severe cases. We still have people under respirators, which is actually concerning, around 220. But in the general scheme of things, I think it is time to reopen schools, and let's see how we will manage with that.
I believe most of the country's parents agree with you on the time to reopen schools here. Now, there's been certainly a lot of closures, whether it's the summer or the holidays, other things. But we're going to see the government's coronavirus cabinet come back into session this next week. Are we headed for more public restrictions upon that meeting, or at this point does it appear to be all about the vaccine campaign, the booster shots?
No, I do not think. I think that it is more of a political move because there is some frustration amongst experts that, the cabinet was not convened, for a month, especially that we are not at a stable time in terms of, there are a lot of fluctuations when you look at the cases, et cetera, et cetera. We're not out of the woods. There are some decisions to be made. But on the other hand, you just heard, the Prime Minister that is boldly and very happily saying that there won't be any other restrictions, with that clash that is unnecessary with the Ministry of Health because, all the people of the Ministry of Health have only good intentions. And therefore, I do not think that we will see anything in terms of restriction in the next few days.
And now another topic that's gained some traction here, the vaccine for children under 12. We're led to believe this could be soon. In Israel, are we likely to see, when it is approved finally, the same rapid rollout we've seen before with the vaccine?
In terms of rollout, yes, to some extent. I do believe that we have to wait, to hear, the final decision of the FDA. And then there will be some meetings here to decide, what will happen in Israel. In terms of rollout, I think it will be available. The question is, will it be recommended or just available? It is really dependent on the data we will have, from the FDA. So it's a bit too early to say. I also think that even if people are pro-vax in general, and got, the booster shots, they will be more hesitant, and I can understand that fully. They will be more hesitant in vaccinated 5 to 11-year-old kids, because these are not people at risk.
Thank you very much, Dr. Cyrille Cohen.